Now, let's always understand that guilt is a powerful emotion. No? Isa itong malakas na emosyon na merong importanteng role that is very significant and complex, especially sa mga kaso ng mga aksidente kagaya nito. And this kind of guilt will affect those who are either responsible or even those who are victims. Hi, I'm Junes. I'm a psychiatric major, and nung mga nakaraang araw, I was able to see a very tragic accident, yung motorcycle na naging aksidente doon sa Pagadian City. And I just would want to make some insights with a scenario that has actually happened, because my highlight kasi doon eh. But let's try to watch the video here and see what it would tell us.
Sa saradong pintuan ng bahay na yan sa Pagadian, Zamboanga del Sur, isang motorsiklo ang sumalpok. Umilapon sa loob ang mga sakay nitong pawang mga minor de edad. Ang rider ng motorsiklo, sugatan at napatayo na lang. Ang dalawang angkas niyang babae, humandusay sa sala ng bahay. Dead on the spot ang isa sa kanila habang ang...
Well, I'm not quite sure why ganun yung pagkasabi sa news. Kasi, as far as I know, based on what the accident looked like, is that hindi kasi driver yung lalaki. Parang nasa bandang huli siya. Parang nakaangkas lang siya. So, I'm not quite sure why sinabi sa news na siya yung rider. But let's try to check this one further.
Isa, dead on arrival sa ospital. Wala namang nasaktan sa mga nasa loob ng bahay. Pero laking takot daw ang dinulot sa kanila ng disgrasya.
Ay, syempre.
Sinignan ko yung dalawang dalaga na nakahandong siya dun sa lapag ng bahay ko. Tumuhod sa akin yung yung babae na yung dugo niya nasa bibig. Sumigaw ako sa takot. Tapos pumunta ako sa likuran ng bahay namin.
Base sa investigasyon, papuntang Zamboanga del Sur National High School ng motorsiklo pero nawalan daw ito ng preno.
Currently, galing siya doon sa due date.
Kaya pala.
Kasi may activity yata sila sa school.
So, nag-cut-class.
Tumakas sila sa school.
Nag-cut-class talaga. Okay.
Ng due date. Well, going down na sila, pababa. The due date. Nagkaroon daw ng mechanical problem yung motor nila.
Oh, okay.
Bilis yung takbo nila, tuloy-tuloy doon sa bahay.
Sobrang bilis.
Walang plaka ang motorsiklo at ang rider walang lisensya.
Nako.
Dinala na sa police station ang motorsiklo. Wala pang pahayag ang rider. Ang may-ari ng bahay, bagamat walang planong magsampa ng reklamo, humiling na mapagawa ang pinsala sa bahay. Para sa GMA Integrated News, Darlene Kaya.
Alright. So, yun. The news is very sad. It's very frustrating knowing na yun palang mga na-aksidente are all minors and walang mga lisensya. So, probably it is a lesson for everyone, especially those for the minors, na pag wala pang lisensya kasi di pa marunong talaga mag-drive or still learning how to drive, you should dapat naging careful sa road. Okay? Now, one of the highlights na napansin ko when I was actually looking at the raw file before this, or the raw file, no? Kasi ito, nasa news na to eh. Yung raw file kasi, yung lalaki, parang nakahubad na siya, may malaking sugat sa noo. Sinabi niya na parang umiiyak siya at sinasabi niya na parang natatakot siya baka anong sabihin ng mga magulang, ng mga kasamahan niya kasi namatay or feeling niya patay na, no? Because it was really bloody. And if ganun, syempre the only thing that we could point out is that may guilt yung isang tao. Probably because he was one of those people, baka siya yung nagyaya, no? Or one of those people na gusto talagang gumala. And then, ito, nangyari yung aksidente. Now, let's always understand that guilt is a powerful emotion. No? Isa itong malakas na emosyon na merong importanteng role that is very significant and complex, especially sa mga kaso ng mga aksidente kagaya nito. And this kind of guilt will affect those who are either responsible or even those who are victims. Even for this one, na siya yung nag-survive. No? And it is a factor because it can profoundly impact, no? May impact ito sa psychological well-being ng isang tao. Like perhaps lagi siyang natutulala or hindi siya makamove forward, hindi siya makapag-aral o makapagtrabaho. And of course, it could also affect the subsequent behavior na nagagawin niya just because of that traumatic experience. Now, let's always remember that there are two things that we will reconsider in terms of guilt. Number one is that there is what we call a psychological distress and mental health problem. So my psychological distress and there's a mental health problem. And number two, there's always an impact on the behavior, right? And of course, let's also consider as well the societal expectations, no, pangatlo. So in terms of like psychological distress and mental health, there will always be a self-blame and responsibility. No, posible kasi na he will point out to himself, as what I've said like few minutes ago, that he will point out to himself na siya yung dahilan kung ba't nangyari yun. But this self-blame and responsibility that I'm talking about is referring to either if the person is the one at fault, kung siya yung may sala, or kung accident lang talaga yun. No, they may experience like a strong sense of responsibility, like feeling nila sila talaga yung dahilan. And of course, it was as what I've said, may mga self-blame na mangyayari that could eventually, no, lead to a persistent distress. At saka if may persistent distress, meron din namang mga underlying, no, mga subsequent symptoms of conditions like yung tinatawag natin na depression, laging umiiyak or ayaw kumain or nasa kwarto lamang or ayaw pumasok sa eskwela or sa trabaho. So that's mainly depression. And also meron tayong tinatawag na PTSD or the post-traumatic stress disorder, wherein parang yun, hindi nakaka-move forward kahit sumakay lang ng jeep or kahit anong sasakyan, basta siya yung pasahero, or when he tries to drive the car or the motorcycle on his own, parang ayaw na niya because nga of a certain trauma, no, yung PTSD na sinasabi ko. Pangalawa, under the psychological distress, there is also what we call a survivor's guilt, no? By the term itself, survivor's guilt, it is a specific type of guilt na nag-a-arise, no, when a person, for this case, siya yung nag-survive out of the three, no, na nakaangkas, siya lang yung, no, out of the three na sumakay ng motorsiklo, siya lang yung nag-survive. And evidently yung iba is either harmed or namatay for this matter. And if that is the case, even if like they don't have the responsibility for the event, or they may not directly feel that they are accountable, it is still and very possible that the person will feel guilty, no, for being spared, and will probably feel that they don't actually deserve to be alive. No, pwede rin yung mangyari yung ganun. And it can lead to like the feeling of like worthlessness or probably depression or even suicidal withdrawal or social withdrawal, I mean. No? And then eventually, if hindi napansin or hindi niya na-vent out yung pakiramdam niya, it will eventually lead to like self-harm. And yung pangatlo naman nating i-reconsider is that yung tinatawag nating moral injury. So, with a moral injury, in some cases, yung guilt kasi after an accident can be like a sign, no? A sign of what we call the moral injury. And this one happens when a person's action or the unconscious action possible din during the traumatic events, no, may more likely violate yung pinaghahawakan nilang moral beliefs, no? And if this one violates their own beliefs, then it can lead to like deterioration, especially in their sense of morality, and also like a range of negative emotions, and also it can also lead to like behavioral consequences, including yung self-sabotage and yung tinatawag natin na difficulty in forgiving themselves, and eventually it also lead to like suicidal ideations, no? And there's also the second one, yung sinasabi ko na impact on behavior, wherein there is a positive motivation. No, kasi nga, when there is guilt, it is considered as a moral emotion. And if it is a moral emotion, it can have yung tinatawag nating adaptive qualities, which can motivate, no, a person to like really take full responsibility. Some may even like apologize. Some may even like make amendments, and this can also be a sign of like what we call a constructive step towards a better future. Like there is healing, and if the person is able to start to move forward. And another impact of behavior is what we call the negative coping mechanisms. Like if guilt becomes overwhelming, pag sobra-sobra na to, it can lead to self-destructive behaviors. So it could be that the person will lead to like substance abuse, so that and by the way, when we say substance abuse, it could either be with drugs or with alcohol, no, just to temporarily get away from the emotional pain, emotional burden that the person is carrying. And this one can in turn, no, kasi gumagamit siya ng droga, this one can worsen the mental health of the person. And in severe cases, no, like overwhelming guilt and depression can lead to like suicidal thoughts. Pwede mong pakamatay ang tao if sobra-sobra ito. And the next one is what we call the avoidance. From the term itself, the person, when the person has guilt, the person more likely will have avoidance, either like with a scenario or with a place. Like if makita niya yung lugar na to or yung bahay na to, natatakot siya kasi diyan yung namatay yung mga kasamahan niya, or like na-avoid na siyang sumakay ng jeep or magiging passenger, or will have difficulty driving a motorcycle or a car kasi nga takot siya baka may mangyari sa kanya. And it becomes a phobia at some point, no? So nangyayari ito if guilt is really evident. Avoidance becomes a natural thing. Now, let us always remember that with societal expectations, yung society kasi natin, they expect a certain level of guilt, no? Especially from those cases na involved yung accident. Kahit na victim lang sila or unintentional yung nangyari. So, a person who like seems to be like blandly or readily or very ready to move past or makamove forward na sa trauma or sa experience na encounter niya, kumbaga ready to recover and move forward with their life, no, it can be misjudged or misperceived by the society as like untrustworthy or probably immoral or immoral, no? And this kind of social pressure, by the way, to like feel guilty, no, can add to the internal emotional burden, especially if wala siyang mapapalabasan ng kanyang mga hinanakit, no? So in other words, yung guilt na tinatawag kasi natin is a key factor in accidents because again, it is a common and powerful emotional response na pwedeng makaapekto sa mental health ng isang tao, sa well-being niya. Kasama na din yun yung behavior niya at saka yung ability niya to recover at saka to move forward sa kanyang mga day-to-day activities, no? Nagiging nadadama yon. And while a healthy amount of guilt can be a catalyst, no? Although normal lang again na maging guilty, there is a part there that if it's too excessive or if my unresolved sense of guilt talaga, no, this can be like a debilitating and long-lasting consequence of a what we call a traumatic event or a traumatic experience. So again, the news is very sad. Rest in peace for those who died, but I'm hoping that the the guy who survived will be able to express himself so that he will be able to move forward one step at a time. So hope you guys learned something.